My concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side. For God is always right. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Folks are as happy as they make up their minds to be. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live by the light that I have. I must stand with anybody that stands right, and stand with him while he is right, and part with him when he goes wrong. It is stronger than the bullet. I am a slow walker, but I never walk back. I will prepare, and someday my chance will come. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad, and that's my religion. It has been my experience that folks who have no vices have very few virtues. Don't worry when you are not recognized, but strive to be worthy of recognition, as I am, or hope to be. I owe to my angel mother. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. The philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation will be the philosophy of government in the next. Character is like a tree and reputation like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of it. The tree is the real thing. No man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. The people are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing so until the end. People are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing so until the end. It drives the wolf from the sheep's throat, for which the sheep thanks the shepherd as his liberator, while the wolf denounces him for the same act as the destroyer of liberty. Plainly, the sheep and the wolf are not agreed upon a definition of liberty. The probability that we may fail in a struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. The best way to get a bad law repealed is to enforce it strictly. To deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves, and under the rule of a just God cannot long retain it. As I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my idea of democracy. Marriage is neither heaven nor hell, it is simply purgatory. He has a right to criticize who has a heart to help. Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends? I remember my mother's prayers, and they have always followed me. They have clung to me all. Firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. The great point is to bring them the real facts. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right, as God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure.